incredible. Some people I've known on Facebook. My name's Bob Leahy. Used to have something called Positive Light. Now I'm trying to retire a little bit. Not doing it very well, obviously. Here today to honor a particular hero. And his name is Dr. Pietro Vernazza. And I only have a minute to speak, but I worship this guy so much because he's the father of all we've done. He's the father of UEqualsU. He came out with the Swiss statement in 2008, and he was dumbfounded. He was really dumbfounded. He was given a hard time. People said, don't listen to this guy. Still use condoms. Nothing has changed. My own organizations in Canada are spreading that message, putting out statements. And just to tell my little story, I was very impressed with the Swiss statement. And I wanted to be an advocate for treatments prevention, even though it wasn't we called it treatments prevention then. It wasn't very popular, but we did it. And then in Canada, we got a lot of organizations on side, and we got Katie on side, very important endorsement, it was wonderful. And I was given a little piece of advice I want to share. When Katie came on side, a big moment, somebody there who I respect very much, his name's Sean Hussein, said, Bob, don't gloat. Don't gloat. Don't say, I told you so. But I really wanted to say, I told you so. So Pietro is the ultimate person. I have to say, don't gloat, Pietro. But maybe you can. Maybe this is the time we can say, yes, you got it right. So there's a group of us going to say a few words, but I just want to pass the message on, and we have some more people from the community. This is what we're going to give to Pietro in a few minutes' time.
Hello, my name is Gina Brown. I live in New Orleans, Louisiana, and I am on the cab of the Well Project, and I'm a community organizer with the Southern AIDS Coalition. I'm really happy to be here as a woman living with HIV 24 years. Doc, you did a great thing with the Swiss statement. We wouldn't be where we are. I met Bruce in 2016, and he told me all about UEqualsU. And at first I was a little skeptical because that's how I am. But I went home and I read about it, and I believed it. And then I started talking about it, and now I won't shut up. And one of our trainings, we call it the Lead Academy, Leadership, Education, and Advocacy Development. We're bringing the message to people in rural areas of the United States. People that won't get the message unless we, the people on the ground, bring it. So I thank you, Bruce. I thank you, Doc, for the Swiss statement. And we just have to make sure that all providers are believing the truth, because it's the truth, y'all. If it wasn't the truth, I wouldn't be standing here. I have integrity. So I believe in what I believe in, and I believe in UEqualsU. Thank you.
Hi everyone, I'm Murray Penner. I'm the Executive Director of the National Alliance of State and Territorial AIDS Directors, NASTAD. And my story about this is that when I heard about the Swiss statement, I've been living with HIV for about 33 years now, and when I heard about it, I was like, wow, that would be really great if that was true. But I was kind of like, I don't know if that's true or not. Fast forward to a few years ago when Bruce contacted me and said, would you, organization NASDAQ, would you sign on to the UEqualsU statement? And I was like, I don't know. I'm thinking back to that Swiss statement. I'm like, I don't know if I can do that. And I thought, well, wait a minute. He did. Pietro did, and look where we are now with the science. And I remember sitting in a room with my staff, and we were trying to make a decision as to whether or not to go forward. Dimitri Daskalakis in New York City had already signed on, and I was like, I don't know, if I sign on to this without my board's permission, I may get fired. I don't know if I should do this. But nonetheless, we took the leap, we did, and we're here today, and it's freed me in a lot of ways. And Bruce, Pietro, it's just amazing, and I just want to thank everyone.
I'm Bruce Richmond. I'm the Executive Director of Prevention Access Campaign. And one of my dreams was to actually meet Pietro Vernazza. So the first time that we Skyped was in 2016 when I asked if he would join this consensus statement, and I said, we're going to get your research out to the world. And he helped with every aspect of it, helped introduce me to other researchers. When one of them tried to back out of the consensus statement, Pietro emailed and strongly encouraged him to come back. And then I was so lucky to get to go visit his clinic in St. Gallen, Switzerland with Charles King. And I asked him there for the first time in his clinic, I said, why did you do this? Nobody else in the world was saying this. And you put this in writing. You risked your personal and professional reputation. And he said to me, he said, because it was the right thing to do. He said, because people were suffering. And they didn't need to be suffering. And they need to know the truth. And then he also said to me how annoying I was that I always talk about U=U.
I'm Florence, I'm the executive director of SIDAction, which is a French funding agency, and I've been living with HIV for 22 years. And when I heard the first time the Swiss statement in 2008 in Paris, I thought that, oh, these people are a bit crazy. But as a person living with HIV, I said, if it was possible. And then it became possible. And 1 year, 2 years ago, we with SIDAction, we translated for the first time the consensus statement in French. And I wish there would be more messages also in French and in Francophone countries, because also we need to push for this message in Africa and elsewhere. So really, I would like to thank you, and I would like also to acknowledge the work done by Ed. The part of the team is here, which has made a beautiful, amazing campaign in France on UEqualsU, and E = E. And it's really important also for all people from French and from Francophone countries to hear about this message. So thank you very much, Pietro, for this message from 10 years ago. So can I invite Dr. Pietro Vernazza on the...
I had not expected this. It's a great achievement. Thank you, all of you who did this work now 10 years after the Swiss statement. I think you have all achieved a wonderful goal. I'm shocked what's going on here and how I'm reacting. I don't know why it goes my emotions, but probably it was always about emotions. And as Bruce said, the motivation why, it wasn't me alone, it was all my colleagues and the Swiss professionals and all the prevention individuals. It was also people from the government, from the Federal Office of Public Health, who really helped me to develop this. Of course, I was the motive behind this. It was also motivated by the program that we had in St. Gallen. But what I found intriguing is that everybody, and you heard it in front of you before, was saying that the Swiss statement was made without evidence. And I felt this unfair, and I will tell you this afternoon when you have a chance to stay for the next session why I think there was a lot of evidence, and I felt it was important. My colleagues, myself, we were all convinced that HIV cannot be transmitted if somebody is well treated. And we felt it unethical not to tell those people who were affected by the disease that they should relax, and know that they can have sex without fear. And in Switzerland, we achieved this goal, and our patients, they did believe us. And it is about time that now, and thanks to the work of this organization, that you really reach this goal, as everybody now will probably believe it worldwide. I'm so glad that 10 years later we have achieved this goal. Thank you.